When you say MJF will never be able to succeed on a PG product, or he's going to be essentially too watered down, what you are saying is that MJF is not good enough. And shame on you. I think there's more to MJF than just having a potty mouth and bleeding on television. And if my entire audience was telling me I would not be able to succeed at another company, then you're basically telling me the only reason why I'm successful is because of the company I'm with and not because of my skills. And that right there would be the first and foremost reason as to why I would leave AEW and go to WWE. I would want to prove the entire wrestling world wrong. Now, yes, I do understand that MJF will probably have a watered down character. Yes, I understand there might be some changes, but I don't think that impacts MJF whatsoever. He's just that good. I don't think there's anybody like him in wrestling today. I don't think anybody was like MJF when he was in MLW. And then when he went to AEW, he was given a chance to be on national TV and make a name known for himself. So while, yes, I do think AEW allowing a little bit of that creative freedom was a good thing for MJF, I think MJF is just so damn good. It didn't really matter the company that was providing the television series. It was him who did the work. And because of that, I have a lot of faith that MJF can succeed in WWE. Now, why might he want to go there? Well, like I said, he might want to prove the audience wrong. He might want to show the world that he is far larger than the company he is with. And by the way, by 2024, when his contract is up, he could very well achieve that with the trajectory that he currently has in AEW. What's another reason he might want to go to WWE? I think it's obvious, the money. This is actually going to put Tony Khan in a sticky situation because when you really think about it, I have never questioned how much money Tony Khan and his father have and how many resources they have to run this company. But think about this for a second. And I just want you to take a second to think about this. What if WWE were to do the unimaginable and offer MJF a contract that is one of the most expensive pro wrestling contracts of all time? Now, that is a possibility here. And with Tony Khan signing so many wrestlers in the past 3 years, you have to imagine that puts Tony Khan in a very sticky situation. In a situation where maybe he can only provide MJF a little bit more creative freedom. He might be able to offer other things to MJF, but maybe that puts him in a situation where offering up the money for MJF just, it's tough, right? You have to choose between like 10 wrestlers or MJF. Now, I think MJF is worth the money, especially if you're WWE. You need valid competitors for guys like Roman Reigns, guys like Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes. I think WWE will offer a lot of money to MJF, and truth be told, I would be a fool to not seriously consider that offer, even if that meant being watered down, whatever that actually means. A second reason why MJF might want to go to WWE is because of the fame. That's right, guys, the fame, the aspect of it all. Now, we can sit here and we can act on the internet like AEW is the biggest wrestling company in the world, but truth be told, statistically speaking, that's just not true. I'm not saying they don't have influence. I'm not saying they're not going to be successful. I'm just saying, statistically speaking, WWE is the company. However you want to look at it, it doesn't matter. That is factual. Now, with that being said, MJF can set himself up for opportunities, whether that means Hollywood, whether that means red carpet events, video game stuff. There is so much that could be said here. WWE is just on a whole different level when it comes to its connection with mainstream media. And if I'm MJF and I want to prove to the world that I am far larger than the company I'm with, I would jump to the largest wrestling company, take advantage of that airtime. I would get myself over. And the minute that I do that, I'm going to look at all of my options to make more money long term, because I don't know if I want to beat up my body for 10, 15 years so that way I can't enjoy my future. That's just my personal opinion. And the other reason why I think MJF will absolutely go to WWE, and this one is one of the issues that AEW, I feel like wrestling fans have not yet identified, but I think MJF may have, I think he may have actually kind of did everything he needed to do in AEW. Yes, I know he hasn't won the world championship, but at the end of the day, it is very clear that there are a lot of people who are worthy of this world championship, and that is because Tony Khan has brought in so many big names. Bryan Danielson and CM Punk have yet to actually hold the world championship, and there's so many other people that are on this list to get the world championship. Maybe MJF is just, he's always going to be a top act in AEW, but maybe he's just not going to be the guy for AEW. And that's a very, very interesting thing because I think WWE can immediately put in MJF and immediately put him in a very serious role where he can be world championship material. I think a lot of people are looking at the MJF situation as a unique one because MJF is one of the guys who, at this point, he's one of the guys that nobody really knows what's going to happen. If he's actually leaning towards WWE, it should be interesting to see. If he goes to WWE and stays with WWE for a very long time and retires there, that's going to be interesting as well. Or maybe he goes to WWE and uses them and then comes back to AEW. That's always a possibility. But again, as I said before, him going to WWE will show WWE has legitimized AEW because MJF would therefore be the first pillar of AEW to go to WWE. It's a very, very interesting and chaotic situation, my friends, but I love this. I think MJF going to WWE makes a lot of sense. I think he's good enough. I don't think it matters what company he is in. I think MJF is just that great. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I appreciate you joining and watching this video, and I'll see you next time.